How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the Edge Show, episode 3, and we're going to be talking about what does it mean to be all about quality. I'll get to that in a second, but welcome to the show. If you're somebody that uses knives, appreciates good quality blades, lives by the blade, and or makes them like myself, this is the show for you. We talk all things blades, fit finishes, different steels, what makes them stand out from store, major manufacturer to custom, whatever. This is the show for you. And if you're not really into the too big into the blade community and you want to learn some stuff, like if you're really into cooking, what's good chef knives or different things, that's all stuff we can learn here together on the show. Because I've been doing this for 7 years and I constantly learn. So with that, welcome to the show. And I have a couple announcements too, actually. Next week, I'm going to be fulfilling one of my goals, and that is to have a fellow maker like myself, on the show once a month. So this month, we're going to have Matt Phelps next week for the episode, and he is an amazing maker of beautiful, dangerous blades. He is an artist with his steel. He does a lot of Damascus mukui, I believe that's how you pronounce it, which is an infused copper in the Damascus. And he's just an amazing artist, designer, and maker. So we're going to have him on the show. We're going to interview him, ask questions like what you got to in the blades, just stuff like that, because I want people to be introduced to the bladesmithing community, the knife maker community. What makes us tick? Why do we do what we do when you can just go and buy a knife in a store? And that's actually what we're going to kind of talk about today, as I said. Second is I'm going to be getting into some clothing. I'm actually going to be going for my LLC for my company here, Colorado co.cust.l.b Blades, and I'm going to start doing shirts and hats. And one of those shirts is going to be the first one with a quote that I popped up the other day, thinking about my grandpa, who's long gone, but a master wood craftsman, and coming from a lineage of craftsmen. I'm a bladesmith. I work my hands. That's my passion. That's my profession. It just popped in and it just fit so well, and actually fits to the subject of today. So let's get started, shall we? What does it mean to be all about quality? Well, in order to answer that, I first have to just say this. Okay, you're either a bladesmith or you're not. You're either a blacksmith or you're not. Okay, because we're talking about knives. But this subject, being all about quality, cannot just be in this knife making industry, the business industry, whatever. It can be a life lesson to be all about quality. And we need to get back to being all about quality over convenience, over quantity. Because being about quality is how you live your life, right? So in order for us to answer this, we first have to go back to medieval times. To what we learned last week, the bladesmith was the scope of the blacksmith. One of the things, the many jobs that they did bridges, gates, doors, nails, bolts. They were the original locksmith. They were everything. Without a blacksmith, you couldn't have a functioning society. They were in castles, they were in farms, they were in huge establishments of community and small, humble ones on farms. But without them, you did not have a flowing society. And they were one of the lowest classed jobs. But they were the top engineer. They were the top tool maker. And without them, you wouldn't have swords, you wouldn't have armor, you wouldn't have castles and things we look upon today of history. So the one thing about all that, though, is if you didn't do a good job, you didn't have one. Okay? What does it mean to be about quality in that era? If you didn't do a quality job, you didn't have a job. Okay? Going on to how does that tie and translate into today? Well, first, America, I think we have forgotten what it means to be about quality like we used to, and we traded it for convenience. We're no longer a society about quality. We're about convenience. What's fast, what's available, how can I get it the fastest, price, as long as it's not too much. I'll buy it 5,000 times in my lifetime, because right now it's only $5, but in a whole lifetime, that's really $500, because I'm about convenience and I'm not about quality. I'm about speed and getting it to me versus made the right way the first time. Okay, there's a saying that I came up with a long time ago. Okay, and there's a difference between someone who needs and someone that wants. And I'm going to put this into the knife making industry because this is where the big part of it comes. Someone that needs doesn't, as I said, care really about how the cost is. Put it in the perspective of knife, a bushcraft knife at any sporting goods store, $25. Chef knife, kitchen store, $65. Okay, whatever. It's convenient. It's there. There's 20 of them in a rack. I need it. I'm gonna go get it. Done. Okay. Someone that wants a knife wants to know how long the person that's been making this knife has been making knives, how this knife was made, what kind of steel is it, how did the heat treat come out, was there any flaws? They ask the questions that equal to they're investing into a quality product and they want quality results. Okay, that mean this is the difference. So someone that needs will spend a fraction of money in the immediate, but really will spend more money over time because they keep having to replace it, versus somebody who wants a quality product is making an investment one time because they know exactly what they're looking for. They want this to be a functionable tool and that they can rely on. And that's why they want a good quality product. So they want to know how it was made. My mission, my target client is that person, is the want versus the need. How long did it take you to make? What's the edge retention? What's the hardness level? Or do you know the hardness level? Can you find out? Was it a chef knife? Was it completely hardened through? Was it blueback treated? Was it all these questions that you won't find answers for from a sales rep in a kitchen knife supply store? It'll say Damascus, but it's not Damascus, it's lamination. Okay, so moving on. So what does it mean for me to be somebody that wants to serve the person that wants quality? Time, knowledge, skill, reps, failure, determination, passion. All these coincide and equal to each other. Time, how long have I been doing this? Knowledge, what have I learned? What have I gained knowledge-wise over the years? Skill, learning always. Reps, how often do I practice? Failure is the biggest one in producing quality. What did I learn? Determination, chasing the apex of improvement, even at the smallest levels. Passion, what drives me is what makes quality. A true maker focuses on quality and not quantity. Not convenience, only quality. From conception, the idea of making something, to understanding the mindset of a true maker, a true bladesmith, understands this. And this is another saying that I came up with. Everything is hypothetical until it is sharpened and in a sheath. That is the mindset of quality. Versus convenience. Convenience is on the shelf at Walmart, 20 deep, that will fail, every single one of them. Every single one of those that are on the shelf will fail. Let me show you the example. Everything is hypothetical until it's sharpened in a sheath. Fulfilling my second time, my second knife or chef knife order that's a flat grind. Forged on my anvil. The first one went completely flawless, which was really weird. My second one, being pretty cocky because I got my first one right the first time. To complete that order, I'm not going to show everything because my customer also watches my show. It took 3 to get my fourth. The one that I can say, that's quality. Everything is hypothetical. Every single stage of making a knife is hypothetical. And also, you don't want to forge knives on your second one failing and then forge your third in almost the same day and be frustrated because then you have a long banana. So convenience is just go to the store that produces knives that'll do this to you. Quality is I should be able to take this knife, lock it in the vise, and be able to hit it with the store-bought one and only have little to no damage. There's a difference between a issue or a failure and a critical failure. This is a critical failure. This was locked in the vise and hit with this blade. This was locked in the vise and hit with this blade in the same area. Am I saying that quality knives can't have issues? They can. but not like this. This is convenience. This is quality. Convenience, quality. Would you trust your life on that in the bush, especially in a survival situation, or that? Which one do you bet your investment on? Okay. An ending here for a blacksmith. We do have an issue with quantity, but we do want quantity, but it's a different from a convenience standpoint. Our quality is our quantity. This is number 4. Made right. If you don't produce good work, you don't have a profession. You don't have a job. It goes back to the medieval era. So, an ending, quality takes harder work than convenience and quantity. Again, quality takes hard work. You can put this in the life philosophy. It takes hard work, determination, failure. Convenience doesn't care about any of that. Quantity doesn't care about any of that. It's about producing in the moment, even though it's not done right, and the results won't last long. Being about quality in your life, about what you make, what you do, will be what makes you different. Ending with this quote that I ironically had to just rush and grab a piece of paper, and the piece of paper I grabbed was where I drew my logo the first time. And it goes this, and it's titled, I am a bladesmith. Or the bladesmith, excuse me. I am the steel, a blank canvas of purpose. I am the fire that burns the desire of quality. I am the anvil that's curved and shaped that takes the beatings. I am the hammer that moves the steel to my will. I am the bladesmith forging blades of legacy. Be a maker, be of quality, keep your blades sharp. We'll see you next week.